Hello guys, si Kershan Veloso ulit ito at welcome sa episode 7 ng larutan ng Detective Conan, The Mechanical Temple Murder Case. Tuloy natin itong game natin. Noong huling episode, malapit na natin masolve yung crime kaya lang kulang pa tayo ng clues. So sige, subukan natin itong si AG maghanap. Many scratches in this tree trunk. Looks like someone did it with a knife. Natin siya mapunta dito. Sorry, it's dangerous. You could fall down the well. This Jack plans on stopping me going anywhere near that well. You should return to your room. If I fall down, it's all gravy. It's all gravy, dude. Huh? Come on, I'm not such an idiot to fall down a well. You obstruct the police investigation. Do anything dumb and I'll call the cops. Do it, I got plenty of pals who are cops. Really? I was just giving you advice. Whatever. Ay, umalis siya, nice. Yung pala kailangan That was easy peasy. Siya pala dapat kailangan doon. Well, fine. Ito tayo. Check nga natin yung map. Nasaan tayo banda? Ayun na yung room Hanap natin mga clues. Teka. The well. Perhaps Noriyuki was hiding something from us here. Huh? Something shiny's been thrown in. Since the well looks dead, I could get it, but I can't get down from here. I can't get down from here to take it. Kaya mahalaga, walis na siya dun. So pwede tayo mag-explore, teka. The veranda of the main building. Wala siyang masabi. Yun lang. A crossbow? You found it under the main building? I don't know about it. Oh wait, I think Yuji had one of those. To go bird hunting in the mountains. It's in rather bad taste, I think. Tingnan mo kung ano mapapansin mo dito sa A string is wrapped around the extract pan. Wala siya nasabi. Mamaya si Conan ng pag-search natin. Teka. Oh, a pitfall. To be caught by such a classic trap. This temple has some awesome traps. We'd better take special care while investigating. Ulitin nga natin. It's a trap. Only a moron would get caught in this again. Ikaw, tingnan mo kung anong makikita mo doon sa Ito. Huh? That's strange. I wondered what was wrong. The bamboo screen is lowered. But it's strange to have it down at night. That's strange. Umulit lang. Tanungin natin siya kung may yun. The bamboo screen? No idea. It was like that when I came in. It's usually not lowered at night. I'm not bothered about such things. Okay, yung device na tinatakpan ni Noriyuki, tingnan natin. Hindi na active. Okay, fine. Hello. Oh, why am I here? Well, my wife's in a bad mood, so I had to get out of her way. Please don't tell her I'm here. Yung mga to. I hope my sister is okay. I hope Mickey's sister is safe. I really look like I've got a cold, huh? The secret door leads to a dead end. I didn't do it, Great Detective Kogoro. Not with that kind of reasoning. I'm interrogating suspects. I'm sure she did it, and she'll confess soon enough. Balikan natin si Noriyuki. Andito na siya ngayon. Hopefully. There's an underground passage here. I'll contact HQ right away and get equipment. Oh, please don't enter the passage without permission, okay? Okay. The cop said not to go in, so we've got a bit of a problem. If a kid like Kudo sneaked in there, I'm sure they'd forgive him. Ano, ayan, pwede, teka, balikan natin si Conan. Hindi lang. Do the police suspect Tokiko? That can't be. We're all in it together. Tokiko couldn't murder one of her companions. At dito na yung tanong itong mga to. Saan siya nagpunta? It's the camera that Poro uses. It's the camera that Poirot used to film their rehearsals. Conan said that Noriyuki does all of their filming. It's an extension cord. It's very long. It's like it was dragged along the ground. Noriyuki takes care of the videos and the projector, doesn't he? Yeah, we leave the technical side to him. He made his own films at college, after all, so he knows film's equipment very well. He loves messing around with all that stuff. Noriyuki is a tech whiz. He could have done some tricks with all those gadgets. We've got to check this guy out. Oh, may na-unlock na naman na bagong keyword. Check natin. Yata. Wala. Wala eh. Noriyuki's video camera being familiar. Noriyuki's video camera. Being familiar with film equipment, he could make a movie. The witnesses said they saw shadows on the screen when it happened, but the space between the projector and the screen is very narrow. Yun lang yung kailangan talaga si Conan na. Pero saan siya nagpunta? This case is amazing. To solve a case like this, you need to keep reconsidering the same clues. You should check your keywords very often. Saan nagpunta si Noriyuki? There are too many questions to say for sure that Tokiko is the killer. Saan siya nagpunta? Ayan, babalikan naman na natin si Conan eh. Check nga natin baka pumasok siya dito. Wala. Dito sa kabilang side. Wala. Saan siya nagpunta? Anyway, kunin natin si Conan. I'm tagging you in, Kudo. This temple's too big for one guy to investigate. Okay, go. Hanapin natin yung device. Dapat nandun pa mamaya eh. Conan, go. There's something in the well. I can't get it. The base. There's something in the well. I can't get it from the bottom from here. Maybe if I go back to the basement I saw last night. Okay, so sige, balik tayo doon. Baka nandito. Asan si Noriyuki? Saan siya punta? Baka tumakas na yun ha. Teka. Yung muna binabantayan ng device. Tapos bababa na tayo doon. Wala na talaga oh. Disabled na. Tinanggal niya kung ganun, kung ano man yun. Okay, go. Teka, save natin. He said that to go in, but it can't wait. Huwag mo sabihin papunta na naman tayo doon sa isang room. This is where I saw those three talking last night. It looks like there's a passage ahead. Ayun, well. This is an 8mm film reel. It's been damaged from the fall. But what is on this film? Could confirm my suspicions. I've got it. So they used this trick, huh? One mystery has been solved. Okay, I figured it all out. I'd better get Inspector Megure to bring everyone to the main building right now. Asan siya? Ba't wala rito? Ang tanong, hindi kaya tayo matrap dito ngayon? Okay, connected pala yun dun. Nasaan si ano? Nasaan si Satomi? Oh, Conan, what's the matter? Kogoro's found a new murderer, and he wants everyone to meet in the main building. Really? Very well. We'll be there at once. Yes, sir. So this clue will reveal the secrets of this case once and for all. Before I explain it to everyone, let's get it all finalized. It's been a strange case. Right, let's put the facts of the case together. Question 1. Yuji was killed by a knife. Lamp cord, knife, frozen pudding, knife. Yes, he was killed by a knife in his back. Question number 2. How was the knife used? Stabbing, suicide, with a crossbow? Yes, he was shot by a modified crossbow from outside his window. Question number 3. As the crossbow was very powerful, it was possible to kill him from far away. So the killer shot from the kitchen, bell tower, building side. Malamang kitchen. It's highly likely he was shot from the kitchen. It's a clear shot at him, and they would also have an alibi. Question number 4. It would be impossible to hit Yuji's room with the bamboo screen in the main building. Down. The killer must have done it like this. Shot over roof, pierced screen, lowered after. The only answer is that the screen was lowered after killing Yuji. Question 5. During the panic that occurred after the killing, nobody could have lowered the screen, so they used this trick. Extract fan, crossbow pudding na naman. O yun, yung extract fan, gumawa ng paraan para doon. The extract fan in the kitchen had a string wrapped around it. I think it was used after the killing to lower the screen. If the fan was turned on, the screen would unwind. Yes, that must be how it was done. Question 6. Yuji's body was found in the middle of the room, away from the window. He couldn't have been shot if he was standing there. How did the killer hit Yuji? Rebound? Homing crossbow? Be near window? Malamang, be near window. Rebound? Right, Yuji was near the window when he was shot. The sweat marks on his back were from leaning on the window frame. Question 7. So if this is the case, how did the corpse fall into the middle of the room? Someone moved it. For force of shot? Move after die? Malamang ito nga, someone moved it. He had a cord wrapped around his neck. Someone must have gotten in after Yuji was killed, but before we all entered. I still think someone moved him. Question 8. Hold on. The witnesses said that they saw Yuji strangled. Why the discrepancy? The murder scene they saw was actually an illusion, an edited film, a real murder. Malamang edited film. Rian and Ryuki saw only a shadow. Did that shadow really show something that happened at the time of the crime? Malamang hindi. Of course, the killer set up a film beforehand with a shadow of a murder edited into it. The figure they saw there was fake, and only one person was capable of doing that. Question 9. Alright, here's the main point of the case. Who came in after the crime before we did? Who had the motive at the start of our case? How many people tried to kill Yuji? Feeling ko dalawa. Yes, 2 people tried to kill Yuji at the same time, completely separately. This coincidence made the case very mixed up. Question 10. So the other person who tried to kill Yuji used the film to falsify the lethal weapon. Time of death? Adultery? Time of death. Yes, they falsified the time of the crime, thus creating the perfect alibi. Question 11. If the killer entered the room before we came, how did he enter? Door? Window? Secret door? Wala naman yata secret door dun eh. Window. Malamang. The crime scene does have a window big enough, but it's highly doubtful that the killer would go to the trouble of using it as a way of getting in and out. And question 12. Yuji's door is locked by a key. Other than Haruo's, there are 2 other keys. Which key did the killer use to enter the room? None? Yung kay Yuji. Of course, the killer had the key from the start when they entered the room. They then planted it on Yuji's corpse and pretended to unlock the door afterwards when was already unlocked. Alright, the general outline of this case is clear now. I just need to send Pops to sleep in the main building with my wristwatch, and we can solve this case. Ito na, yung typical na ending scene ng mga ng mga episodes ng Detective Conan. Ah, Mori, you're here. Oh, Inspector Megure. So why is everyone gathering in the main building? Huh? But wasn't it you who told us all to come here? What? Me? Sorry, Pops. Ayan. Pinatulog na naman niya. As usual. Ah! That's right, Inspector. That's right, Inspector. I've got this case all wrapped up. You have? Who has done it again? Dan. Yes, this case was certainly a complicated one at first. I was sure that Tokiko was the murderer, but I realize now that she is not connected to the case. But Mori, if Tokiko didn't do it, who on earth did? Perhaps they've already escaped from the temple. No, the killer is most definitely still here. In fact, the killer is standing in this very room. What? Huh? My gosh! That's absurd. Mori, are you sure? The killer is really... Undoubtedly, Inspector. I shall reveal all of the tricks used by the killer. This was a strange case, ladies and gentlemen. The particulars of this case are unexpectedly similar because two people at the same time decided to kill Yuichi. So you're saying there was an accomplice? No, Inspector. The killers each committed the crimes independently. They executed their plans at the same time, by coincidence. Allow me to explain. We began with what Ria said she saw of the crime scene. However, what Ria saw was not the crime scene at all. But Mori, Ria wasn't the only witness. Two people said they saw the murder. Of course, they both said they saw Yuji being strangled as they looked through the keyhole. But think about it. What they saw was merely a shadow in the darkness. A shadow? But I'm sure I saw it. I heard people fighting inside. If that wasn't the crime scene, then what was it? Nasa likod lang talaga ni Mori si Conan. It certainly was a shadow. Quite literally. You see, you saw a shadow on a film being shown on the screen and heard an audio recording, so you were sure something was happening. It's normal to think that another witness was panicking next to you, after all, but you didn't see the murder. Rather, a silhouette printed on the film itself. Huh? A silhouette? My gosh! Namumutla na siya ngayon. If a silhouette was on the screen, it must be because someone was standing in front of the projector. But think about it. You don't need someone standing in the way to see a shadow on a film. As long as the film was playing from the start, it was quite simple. So the film on the screen was one of our movies. When I saw it last week, it didn't have a shadow on it. Kasi nga, inedit eh. That's because there are two copies of that film. One with no shadow, one with a shadow edited into it. You had already seen the film, so you assumed someone must be blocking the projector, but you didn't know about the other film with the shadow on it. The killer played on your assumptions. Now hold on, Mori. Rie also heard sounds coming from that room. That was the soundtrack from the film. But if it was a recording, wouldn't it sound a little artificial? Right, if it was a normal situation, the shadow and the sounds might seem quite artificial. But think about when you were a witness, Rie. Noriyuki said he saw Yuichi being murdered as she peered through the keyhole in a state of panic. It's a kind of psychological trick. It's a situation which would be easy for someone thinking calmly, but as they were led to believe it from the start, it got them hooked, line and sinker. See, there was more than one witness, and that fooled us all. I see, it would be hard to make out details through that little keyhole. Indeed. Pero actually, mas madaling masosolve to kung gumamit si Conan ng ano eh. Sabi ko nga nung last episode eh, dapat meron kang ano eh, tawag dito yung fingerprint dusting kit. And the person who set it up. Yes, only one person could have done it. Someone in charge of the group's film and video equipment. Someone who can take a film and use special effects on it, and someone who led Ria to the crime scene to use her testimony as an alibi. It was Noriyuki. You did it. So Noriyuki, you killed... Noriyuki, allow me to explain his plan step by step. Noriyuki made films while at college, so he must have some skill in film and editing. He could use special effects to films he shot. He acted out a play in front of some footage he'd shot. He used an old film, with scenery shot out of a train window. Noriyuki shot a film in advance with a shadow on it. To do this, he played the old film on the screen while pretending to strangle a person in front of it. He filmed the screen at the same time. Yuji had many problems with girls, so I imagine the person who was standing in for Yuji was probably not bothered by this idea. Noriyuki made his plan when Yuji arranged a screening at this temple. He realized he could create an alibi here, so he finished the shadow film and put his plan into action. Pori did the rehearsals at the same time every day. It's that time everyone is most careless. Rie always went to meet Yuji, so Noriyuki aimed for that time. He first sent Yuji to sleep with a sleeping pill or something, and put him by the window, out of sight of the keyhole. But sweat formed on his back in the shape of the window frame, proving he was leaning there before he died. Noriyuki then took the key for Yuji's room. So the screen and projector were set up in the space visible from the keyhole, and of course the film with the shadow was installed. He plugged the projector into an extension cord stretching from the room next door. By leaving it unplugged, everything was set. He left the room and locked the door with Yuji's key. He returned to his room and waited for the right moment. Rie arrived, right on time. Noriyuki guessed when Rie would be in front of Yuji's door, and plugged in the extension cord. The movie started with the shadows of two people fighting on the screen, and sound flowing out of the speakers. When it sounded like Rie had doubts about the situation, he exited his room and put on his app, peering through the keyhole and saying Yuji was being killed. This made Rie very nervous. She also peered through the keyhole. Rie was sent away to get the master key. In this gap, Noriyuki entered the room with Yuji's key and strangled Yuji. Strangled? But Mori, wasn't he stabbed? Correct. Noriyuki's plan was to strangle Yuji and use Rie to prove his alibi, but what he saw upon entering shocked him. Yuji had been stabbed in the back. Who on earth killed Yuji then? I'll explain that later, but first I'll explain what Noriyuki did next. Upon discovering Yuji's body, he panicked. He could no longer execute his plan, but if he dawdled, Rie would be back with help. So despite his panic, he did the first part of his plan. He replaced the shadow film with another one, plugged the projector into the outlet in that room, put the extension out of the way, and put the key back in Yuji's pocket. He then turned on the projector again with the new film and left the room without locking the door. Malapit na tayo sa time. Pero talaga tapusin na natin to, guys. Returning to his room, timer na nga. Returning to his room, he pulled the extension back. It dragged along the ground and got some earth on it. As a result, Noriyuki once again stood in front of Yuji's room when he was finished. to wait for all the others that Rie would bring. He took Haruo's key and opened the door, through, though he needed to make a show of doing so, obviously. So that explains why Noriyuki hurried Haruo to give him the key. I discovered a reel of film in the bottom of the well. Perhaps he threw it away, afraid someone would find it as proof. If he thought nobody would get it from the well, he was mistaken. The temple is filled with traps, and there was no water in the well due to a passage underground. This film shows the shadow for what it really is. Is that not so, Noriyuki? It is. I wanted to kill Yuji. But why? The way he treated Yukiko was simply unforgivable. He didn't care about her at all until she killed herself. So it's about Yukiko. Detective, the tricks I used in my plan to kill Yuji were just as you said, but he was already dead, as you said, so I didn't kill him. Well, clearly we have another murderer. Is that right? Correct. This case has certainly displayed some unusual aspects as Noriyuki executed his plan to kill Yuji. Another plan was also underway. There was another murderer. That would explain the knife in Yuji's back. Indeed, and that person is the true culprit. So who is it? Allow me to explain the tricks that caused Yuji's death. Inspector, we were all under the impression that the knife was stabbed in Yuji's back by someone from within the room. However, the window in the room was open, thus the killer would have no alibi if they fled after Rie witnessed it, which is why we suspected Tokiko and Shuichi. But there wasn't much time between Noriyuki going out of the room and coming back in. Furthermore, Rie and Noriyuki were looking through the keyhole all the time. Did you see the killer, Noriyuki? Of course not. Did you, Rie? No, I didn't. So the killer crept in through the window, killed Yuji, then escaped out the same window. Isn't this a little strange? You're right. The timing is impossible. But suppose the killer wasn't in the room at all at that time. How's that? You can't be serious. If the window was open, there is another possibility. Noriyuki put Yuji's back against the window frame. It would be easy to see it through the window. Something had also been pressed hard into the handle of the knife, leaving a mark. So it's like an arrow. If they could see his window, they could have shot him with a weapon. Indeed, and Conan found the weapon under the main building. A crossbow. The mark on the knife was caused by this crossbow, which had been modified for this purpose. A skilled sniper could shoot Yuji with it, but they needed a straight shot from the house of Yoshie Kikumura. You are Yuji's true killer, Mrs. Kikumura. What? But I have an alibi. I was Ran and Conan the whole time. That's right. Yes, everyone was in your house at the time. This is your alibi. Pero yun nga eh. Ako nahulaan ko na rin kaagad yun eh. You invited Ran and Conan to tea in your house, but you weren't with them the whole time. Yes, I was. I never left the house. Everyone there can tell you that. True, you didn't leave the house. However, you did visit the kitchen a few times. Puking. You went in while preparing the tea, assuming it wouldn't arouse suspicion. There's a window in that room, isn't there? From that window, you have a clear shot of Yuji's room. The main building is no real obstacle. You put the crossbow there in advance, and at that time, you aimed at Yuji's back in his room. And this is how you killed Yuji from your house. I see. The knife was fired from a weapon. The crossbow originally fired arrows, but its power is equal to that of a gun. Modifying it enables a trick like this to be used. What? An outstanding deduction, Detective. However, there is a fatal flaw. Oh? After the crime, you saw the bamboo screen was down. It's not possible to shoot at Yuji's room from my window when it's like that. From my kitchen, the main building is obviously in the way. If the screen is down, the crime is impossible. Your reasoning does not hold up to scrutiny. Yes, assuming the screen was always down. What do you mean? Seriously, nobody could have lowered it after the crime. It's impossible. Hindi nga eh. Nandun yung clue eh. Allow me to explain. You raised the screen in advance, so you could shoot at Yuji's room. And tied the cord in a knot. Pulling the knot would easily release the screen. Closing it again, so you tied a long string to it. You tied it in a way that there's a loop on only one side, so it can easily come apart when you pull it. You took both ends of the string and pulled them in the kitchen. After shooting Yuji, you first pulled both ends, dropping the screen. Then you pulled one end, untying the knot. This let you retrieve the string to hide the evidence. Then you closed the screen from your house. That is how you closed the screen after committing the crime. Wait, how could I retrieve such a long string? I couldn't just stand in the kitchen for as long. You did return from the kitchen, saying the food is burnt. Was this an excuse to leave suspicion, perhaps? You know the fan could have rolled up that string automatically. The fan was seen with a string tangled in it. Supposing you're right, you still have no proof. Where's your proof that I'm the murderer? Mrs. Kikumura, you yourself have proved it. What? You told Ran to be careful of Yuji. As he's a show-off, he's wearing a red shirt today. Why does any of this matter? Because he wasn't wearing a red shirt. He had the black one. He had the black one on. But after breakfast, Rie accidentally spilled coffee on it. So he changed to a red shirt. Only Noriyuki saw him in his red shirt after that. So one that knew he had red clothes was the one that saw him as he died. The killers, Mrs. Kikumura. It could only be you. Yoshie, you're done for, or should I say, we all are. Right, I think it's time we just gave in. Are you also involved? No, Yoshie was alone in killing Yuji. However, the priest and her husband are involved in a different crime. A different crime? Does the name Satomi Togawa ring any bells? Yes, it does. This mark was passed down through Satomi's family for generations. The same mark was seen on the roof of this temple in a travel magazine, right, Miki? Yeah, that's right. Knowing this temple bore her family's mark, Satomi ventured here alone. But her coming was a problem for all of you, so you kept her captive under the temple. Huh? Is my sister alright? Probably, but her captivity has provoked conflict within the group, leading to Yoshie killing Yuji. So this is the motive. Since we can't escape now, I'll tell you the whole story. This temple originally belonged to a prominent family, and under it is a golden statue, an heirloom from long ago. Since it is made of gold, it is priceless. It is a priceless antique. Yoshie and the priest have no other relatives, so the temple was left to their control. The priest looked after it for a long time, but then my company had problems, so we all devised a plan to sell the statue and share the proceeds. We hadn't been in touch with the family for a long time, and we were blinded by our own greed. Of course, we had no right to sell the statue, but we figured nobody would ever find out. The business failing put us in real dire financial straits. Yuji's messing about had really put us in debt. When Satomi came, we realized she was a long-lost daughter of the family. She was the legal heir to the temple and the statue. We'd have to give her our entire fortune. The fact that we badly needed money filled our heads. To give it all to this stranger, we decided to lock her up in the dungeon. But we argued over what to do with her. Yoshia said to kill her, to keep her quiet. Yuji said he'd tell the police everything if she did that. So her greed made us forget that there is no such thing as easy money. So that's how it was. Anyway, I guess we can release Satomi, right? Yes, here's the dungeon key. The entrance is beside the Buddha, correct? Really? Don't forget, this used to be a ninja house. At least buhay pa si Satomi. What happened to me? Thank you, detective. We found Satomi. We've done what? Oh, hey, it was nothing. It never is, huh? Never mind that. Let's get Satomi free. The entrance is next to the Buddha, right, Dad? What? Yeah, sure. Where's the key? I've got it. The inspector left it with me. Okay, buksan na natin. Teka lang. I'd better find Satomi fast. Another case closed as usual. My astounding talent on the show as usual. We found Satomi. Pretty quick, huh? Quick ba yun? 1 week na siyang nawawala, tapos 2 days pa. 9 days? At last, I can see my sister again. Better find Satomi fast, Conan. Here it is. It opened. Well, let's go inside. So, matapos na tayo dito, guys. Konti na lang. Ayun, natutulog lang pala siya. Satomi, are you okay? Yeah, Mickey, it's you. You came here for me. You'll be fine now, miss. Those villains were no match for the Lady Kogoro's Mori skill. I got them all in one fell swoop. That, with a split personality as usual. By the way, I don't suppose you saw a gold statue lying around here. Gold statue? No, I don't know anything about that. But those guys kept me here and wouldn't let me go since I'm the legitimate heir. Maybe the statue is connected. Hey, I'll have a look for it. Kaya save na nga natin muna, guys. Teka. Although patapos na, konti na lang eh. Ayun. Whoa! Wow, so pretty. It's completely made of gold. So this is the true heir's treasure, huh? A golden statue. The secret Shugo. Huh? Nothing. Never mind. It's beautiful. Anyhow, you know, Satomi, I guess if you're the true heir, then this statue must be ours. It's worth so much. It's worth so much. We could go on a big trip abroad if we solved it. Mickey? Hey! What's he doing? It's Shuichi. Damn it! He's making off with the statue! Oh no, you don't! Take this. Ay, ano niya? Yung... Yung power shoes niya. Get down on the ground, now! Shuichi, why you? Come on, spit it out! Alright, I'll talk. I'm from an island in the Sea of Japan. There was always a legend of a golden statue. If one has the statue, one can obtain hidden treasure. I learned that the statue was in this temple, so I joined the Royal Company and explored the temple. That explains your nighttime snooping. Wait, if the legend of the statue was from the island, why is it here in the mountains? The family were originally from the island, but separated and came to this temple. So, siya talaga may-ari kung ganun. Later. Some hidden treasure. You can never trust a legend like that. Anyway, it's good that Satomi's okay now. Thanks, Mickey. Thank you all for your help. Don't mention it. Hey, that's a case closed, if nothing else. Come on. With me in charge, it was a piece of cake. You'll never learn. So it's another case closed. We came to rescue Mickey's sister and ended up solving a murder. But anytime there's a case, Conan Edogawa will crack it. I may be small, but I have the mind of a great detective. One truth prevails. Nice. Tapos yung game, guys. Sunod naman natin yung second game dito sa ano. Actually, trilogy yan eh. Yung pangatlo nasa GBA, kaya lang hindi siya na-translate eh, kaya ayoko muna laruin. At least yung pangalawang game sunod natin. Sunod natin yung kinapakasan. At saka yung second game, guys, hindi ko pa nalaro talaga. So, first time na, ano yun, first playing ko na pagka nilaro natin siya bukas. Hintayin natin matapos yung credits. Clear time. 4 hours. Pa-player 40 lang. Rank C. Tagal kasi inabot ng 4 hours para matapos. Kung mas mabilis yung matatapos yan, mas mataas ang score. So, okay. Several days later, looks like you're all better now, huh, Satomi? I'm feeling in great shape now thanks to you. The colors come back to your face. Hey guys, you better order something. My boss is keeping an eye on me. I had to treat you all, after all. You've done. Order anything you like. Really? Well, chocolate banana parfait for me. I'll have a lemon pie. By the way, Ram. Yeah? I've been thinking a lot since I got back. The legend of the statue seems strangely familiar to me. The legend of the statue? Yeah, my mom came from an island in the South Sea of Japan. I remember her telling me the story when I was a child. If we went to that island, finding some undiscovered treasure would be amazing. I'd love to see the place where she was born. What's this? You going on a treasure hunt? Milky, it's not about money. The island of the golden statue's hidden secret. Looks like we've not yet found the true meaning of this case. Ayun ang tanong ko. Yung second game ba related dito, ano? Okay. Cycle lang natin yung ano, guys. Okay. So, Keshan Velosa signing off. Tuloy na lang natin yung next game na bukas.